so today's video is going to be another story time video. I'm so excited. I haven't filmed one in a while. Well, what seems like a while. If it kind of gets a little bit long, make sure you grab some popcorn or, you know, some snacks, go grab a coffee. And, you know, I'm just in my like lazy, you know, like Sunday clothes because I don't really work a lot of Sundays, and today is no difference. My boyfriend just left and went back home, so I just thought I would hang out with you guys. If you're new to my channel, my name is Layla and I do beauty and fashion videos primarily, but I also do story times and everything else in between. If that seems like something you'd be interested in, please go ahead and click the subscription button below. I upload every Sunday and Wednesday. So anyways, let's get started on this story, shall we? This story takes place between 2009 and 2014, so I was catfished for 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. So this took place back in high school. I have screenshots of it all on my iPad. I totally forgot this happened to me until a couple days ago, and I was looking through my Facebook inbox feed or whatever, and so I never really delete my Facebook messages. I don't really think you can. You can leave certain conversations, but when you start talking to that person again, Facebook like saves your conversation and pops up again. At least that's how it is in my experience. But yeah, I don't have any like messages from my ex or anything like that on there. I just like was scrolling through my inbox. I found this person's name and it didn't look familiar to me because they had actually changed it, and then when I went to the conversation I remembered the whole story. So I decided to come on here and tell you guys what happened, how I was catfished for so long. So this person adds me back in high school in 2009. It was my last year, so it was grade 12, and he added me as a friend. I didn't recognize his name, although we had like 22 mutual friends in common, so I assumed that he went to high school with me. It was like his what's it called, his network was my high school name. So I just, you know, added him back because no big deal, right? I probably went to high school with him. He, you know, liked some of my statuses and some of my pictures and whatever, but it wasn't until, let me find the exact timestamp. It wasn't until 2012 that he had actually messaged me, and when I did message him back and whatever, I tried to figure out who he was. So let me just go ahead and get started and read you guys the conversation basically. So the first message took place on June 26, 2012. His first message to me was, "I think you're real gorgeous. I want to hold you. I want you to hold this, my heart. I want to be with you, no lie, you're beautiful." And then on July 19th, same year, he's like, "Honestly, I'm just wondering if you got this message or not. Please respond with at least a yes or a no." And then on July 26th, same year, he was like, "Well, now I'm confused. I know you've seen it because it says that you've read it, but still no response. Why are we even friends then? I still think you're hot." By the way, you guys, I was a terrible like person with like answering their messages back then. I don't know why. I was just always busy working and I didn't really care to look through my messages. So and you know, if you get like creepy messages like this, of course you're not gonna reply, right? Hopefully not. So then I finally reply after that one, and it was July 26th as well, and I said, "Sorry, I just don't reply to my messages. Not just yours, but anyone else's. I work 6 days a week and I don't really go on Facebook." And then he didn't message me till November 9th, 2012. He said, "Hey, you should let me take you out sometime." I messaged him back and I said, "I only date hockey players, LOL. I'm not kidding." Smiley face. And then same day he's like, "Well, I only ask out supermodels, but I try to change it up from time to time. You should try it. I can show you a real good time, winky face." So then the same day he's like, "Look, I tried and obviously you don't care, so I can't chase your Facebook forever. I hope you find what you're looking for, but I think you're gorgeous and I just don't think anyone will love you like I can." Same date, I said, "Sorry, I don't mean to be a bitch. It's just that I'm not looking for anything at the moment. I'm way too busy and I'm on Facebook just for friends." And then his next message was on March 28th, 2013. He said, "Just tell me one thing. Do you want to be alone forever?" And I said yes with a smiley face. Then he says, "Honestly, why? Love is a beautiful thing. Haven't you ever felt it?" I say yes. It always ends up so horribly, so there's no point. He messages me back and says, "Life ends in death. but we still live knowing that. Love is the same way. We need to love like we need to live. Why not just kill yourself? There's really no point to any of it. What does that even mean, man? Like, what? So I just told him, love is not an essential part of life. Find it when I'm ready, but I'm not gonna look for it. It comes unexpectedly. So then he says, I've been in love with you ever since high school. You just never wanted it. I say, what? You don't even know me. How can you be? That's impossible. He says, that's the truth, accept it or not. I have loved you ever since I saw you at my high school name, and I will always and forever. And then I was like, what? I don't even remember seeing you at my high school. Seriously? And then he's like, I was just too shy back then and didn't say anything. It really doesn't matter because I don't even live in Calgary anymore. Then I say, were you in any of my classes? Well, yeah, back then wouldn't have made a difference because I was always chasing the wrong guy anyways. And he's like, we had English with Mr. Blank and Mrs. Blank and possibly social with Mr. Blank. And I was like, oh yeah, well, I don't remember. But then again, people always ask me if I remember them, but I really don't because high school was a blur. And then he was just asking me who the guy I liked back then was and like what my type was, etc, etc. I don't know, I kept randomly talking to him back then. I don't really know why. I hope you find something great for yourself, and when I say I loved you, I hope that you take it as a compliment but nothing too serious. But before he was like, I'll love you always and forever, I've been in love with you ever since high school, and now he's like, don't take it seriously. So like, what does that mean? Seriously, what does that mean? I don't know. So he doesn't message me till 2014. He says, hey, how's it going? Are you still single? I'd love to take you out sometime. That was on my birthday in 2014. And I said, no, I'm actually married. And he's like, what, for real? Why do you play so hard to get? I genuinely like you. And I was like, no, my boyfriend lives in Edmonton. He's like, yeah, does he treat you right? I'm sure I could satisfy you way better than any other man, winky face. And I'm like, of course he does. By the way, I gotta say, I'm having trouble believing you're a real person. I'm just saying, I feel like you're catfishing me. And he's like, no, why would you say that? And then I say, you have all the signs of being catfish. You don't have very many pictures, friends, or timeline posts. I mean, I barely go on this thing, and I can't even reply to my messages on my phone. People still post on my timeline and comment on my posts and whatever. I've been catfished before, so yeah. He says, yeah, I don't use Facebook a whole lot either, but I have 120 friends, exclamation mark. What are you talking about? I went to high school with you. And fine, I'm kind of a loser, so you don't remember me, but I am a real person. And I just explained to him that I asked a lot of people who he was and nobody knew him, and then he was like, thanks for letting me know that I'm not remembered by anyone. I'm just trying to be nice to you, but thanks for making me feel so memorable. And this was the last conversation I had with him, and it was on November 2nd, 2014, so I haven't messaged him since then, or he hasn't messaged me since then. And he changed his name on Facebook. It was actually a very, like I said, generic white guy name, John Smith. He had like 2 pictures on his profile, 120 friends, no posts. Nobody would wish him a happy birthday or anything like that. You know how everybody like posts on your wall or whatever. None of that. He hasn't like posted on Facebook since like probably 2009 when he created his account. So those are all the telltale signs of a catfish. Now, so I genuinely researched the crap out of this catfish. I looked through not only my yearbooks, like I said, I talked to people that I went to high school with. My best friend and I actually met in grade 10 science class. So that's one of the classes that he actually said that he had with me back in high school, and she did not remember this guy whatsoever, and neither did anyone else that I asked if they knew him or whatever. So definitely catfish. And how I think I know this person or who this person was after so long, I was talking to this guy off and on since high school, and long story there. Like I can totally make another story time video on that, but we would talk off and on, especially after high school, since your girl kind of got hot after high school. But in high school I wasn't that cute, to be honest with you. So me and this guy did talk after high school, and oh my god, I hope he's not watching this video. That would be so awkward. Anyways, the way that he would talk to me, he talked to me at certain times of the year. They were very specific. I think that he just was in school and really busy or whatever, and he'd only talk to me during breaks and stuff like that, like spring break, summer break, autumn break, and winter break, that type of thing. So he'd only talk to me like probably like 4 times out of the year and not so much the rest of the year. So this is kind of what this guy did. Like, he'd talk to me in July, then he'd talk to me in April, and then he'd talk to me in November, and you know, that kind of thing. Like, they would be very sporadic and different times of the year, and I'm pretty sure he's behind this catfish, which is so odd because, like, I mean, I talked to him either way, even if he was catfish or he wasn't. Maybe he was just trying to get some info on me about, you know, seeing what type of guy I'm looking for or something like that. They actually stopped messaging me as soon as I got in a relationship with my boyfriend, so that's good. It's kind of a weird story because I never really figured out truly who this person was. It's not like I actually hunted them down like the show Catfish and like met them in person to see who they actually were. But yeah, now this person changed their name on Facebook to this Indian guy's name. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but you know, that's it for my catfish story. I hope it was somewhat interesting for you. I know it wasn't like too crazy, like I got stalked for like 10 years, blah blah blah, but if you're going through somewhat of a similar situation, please let me know below if you've ever been catfished. I love watching people's catfish stories and stuff like that on YouTube. So if you make videos and you want me to watch yours, then go ahead and like leave a comment below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye everyone.